Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is, and you are part of the world. I'm very happy and excited to come to Guru's Saturday's crypto show once again, where we will be discussing about the markets. We'll be discussing about some of the updates at b-cube, and there is a lot of things today to share with you, of course. And of course, like we will make market analysis and any other market related questions also will be taking in because these days, like I didn't do really a very market focused webinars. So I was thinking of like doing something in that direction today. And let's discuss about the dump yesterday that happened and what really happened and like what people are not realizing or not paying attention towards, especially when it comes to yesterday's dump. So we'll discuss that also today. So first of all, like we will go with b-cube updates. This is very important as we have a lot of things going on. So finally, we have our AML policy ready. So once we have our AML policy, we can go forward with DASP licensing. And we have actually identified finally the 3 candidates for compliance officer role. We will be having a full-time compliance officer. And from January onwards, everybody have to do complete verification in order to use our services, just like in Binance. Because if we are a regulated entity, then we have to follow the same regulations as that of any other exchange. Because DASP license will also give us the rights to be a broker. I mean, just like Binance or just like crypto.com or any KuCoin or any such platform. So we have to maintain the same standards and same laws and regulations apply to us, just like for these companies. That is the reason why we are hiring a full-time compliance officer. So we have to maintain all the compliances and all the regulations, just the way like government has given us as a directive. So once we have the AML policy ready, like which we have now, we have to customize it a little bit here and there based on the services that we are providing already now and the services that we would like to provide in the future, which is of course market making, custodian services, and brokerage services. So these 3 things. So it's a little bit of customization. And once we finalize compliance officer, which should happen by end of October, we will be hiring, like they will start to work at our company. Then we will be going towards the registration of DASP license. So it might take like 6 months maximum, 6 to 7 months maximum. If everything is fine, like I think 4 to 5 months is enough to get it. But our biggest challenge was to find a good compliance officer. That was a very big challenge because sometimes people are too much qualified for the role. I mean, like we will not have so much of compliances like any big bank or big hedge fund or something like that. And sometimes like people are like not experienced at all. And sometimes they don't have any experience in crypto field because normal anti-money laundering and these kind of things, it's good for like traditional finance. Same thing applies even for crypto also, but they need to understand for example, how to know that like some wallet is not good. I mean, like if it is under some kind of sanctions, it's a hacker wallet, which is being used to pay for our services or being used our platform. So how to distinguish that between whether a wallet is a good wallet or a bad wallet. Good means that which is not having any kind of sanctions or any problems against the wallet address, but some wallet address do have some problems. And to know like the person who is using that is not politically exposed person, or he's not involved in any kind of terrorist fundings or something like that. So you need to have a little bit of blockchain knowledge, a little bit of crypto knowledge in order to efficiently, follow the process of verification and stuff like that. So it was very difficult, very challenging. We could find a very good candidate. We have 3 candidates now. One of them will be finalized very, very soon. So then we will be applying for DASP license, and that's when our journey starts with a regulator. And once we have that, we will be able to make many more new businesses after that. And quite recently, I had a phone call, which was precisely yesterday in the evening with one of the good projects actually, which we all have heard about. And they are asking us to make a market making bot for them. Which we can make it actually because we have expertise in that. and they're asking us to build it for BSC, which is Binance Smart Chain. But Binance Smart Chain is not our top one priority right now. Our top one priority would be something like Matic, because that is where all the traction is happening. And PancakeSwap as of now, like is known for scammy projects, and a lot of scams are happening there, and not many good quality projects are there, like mostly dog tokens and all these Elon tokens and all these nonsense tokens, which is there on PancakeSwap. But on Polygon Matic also, we are seeing many scams. Like, it can happen on any decentralized platforms. There are always scams. There are always good actors, bad actors, every kind of actors. But I think like as far as scaling is concerned, I think Polygon Matic is having a bit of superiority there. So we would like to concentrate more on that, because QuickSwap, which is like Uniswap for Polygon, is gaining a lot of traction. It's making a lot of noise every day. So probably some good projects will move there also. So we will concentrate on those kind of platforms where traction is good and they have a lot of room to grow from there, from technological point of view and from business point of view. So these are the exchanges that we are concentrating as of now to scale more. So we will be, once we need to get DASP license, because technology to make a market making bot is very easy for us. We can come out with something decent one in 1 month, or very good one in 2 months, 3 months maximum. But once we have it, we cannot really provide this service if we don't have a DASP license. So that's why license is very, very important. In the meantime, like we will make this market making bot, but we will actually use it only for ourselves, but we will not give it to any third party people, because we can use anything for ourselves. I mean, like we can use our funds for doing such kind of activities, but we are not supposed to use this kind of funds for other activities. But for trading, it's a different story, because why we cannot trade is because the same strategies we are using it to the public also. So it becomes like conflict of interest. If we are having too much of money, and like if we are playing with that, it probably can go against the people or something. That might be the regulator's concern. So that is why we cannot trade on, with our own funds. But definitely, if we are using any technology that is not being shared to any public, but only we are using it for our own self, then it is completely fine. So if we build our own strategy, and if we are the only people who are using it, it's totally fine. But if we are also sharing with somebody else, and we are also using the same thing, and then the problem comes. So that's why we will try to build this market making bot, and we will try to, use it for ourselves, making it for Polygon Matic, Solana, and this kind of emerging blockchains. This is the whole plan of market making. And why I was telling this is because this project is very interested to use our services. I said to them about DASP, they were all fine actually. Like, you just get your license and you come back to us like anytime when you're ready. Like, we would love to use your platform and take your services for that. And they are ready to introduce us to 3 more projects also. So we already have like 3 to 4 projects like waiting to use our services for this one. And it's always good to have clients first, and then you go for licensing. It's like, if you are going for a car license, and if you don't have even money to buy a car, even the oldest car, then what's the whole point in having a driving license? Anyway, you don't have a car, right? So first thing is like to secure that funds first, so that you have money to buy a car, and then go for the license. That's how it works. So I'm very actually like optimistic, and I'm very happy that there are already clients even before we are securing the license. So during this process, like we will, make this market making thing for our own self, and we will have more track record even in this one, so that we can prove them like, look, this is not coming freshly out of the oven for you, but this has already been cooked and we are already eating it, and it's very tasty and it's very healthy. And if you want, like, you can use it for yourself also. And that becomes a very good statement. People will believe it when you have results. Empty words will not fill a belly of anybody, right? That's how it works. So that was something like which was quite unexpected actually. Like, we have so much of demand, but it's very good. Like, we are making some AMAs and some other partnerships, and we constantly keep speaking to people, and it helps actually, because they speak with somebody else, and they will always try to connect their people to us, and many more things can happen in this way. It is not just like actually we are providing the services like market making services, but they will also inform this to their community. Like, look, this is the people, these are the people like who are providing these services to us. And they will also try to see like, okay, what else these people are really doing. And that's how, at least like if there are 100 people, maybe 70 people will be interested in what we are doing. 50 people will visit the website. Finally, 30 people will really buy the product. So at least if we have a 30% hit ratio, imagine like you are going for so many projects and there'll be thousands of people in their communities and they speak to other people and there is affiliate program and everything. That's how organically you bring people to the platform. So that's always been my strategy. It's not only to sell the product, but through that selling, you should be able to reach many more people also at the same time. So this is about like market making demand that I wanted to speak to you about. And next token burn will be happening on October 30, which is next month. October 30 will be the next token burn. And we will be taking the revenues for this month and the next month also, and even last month also. For these 3 months, like whatever fiat revenues that we have received, 25% of it will be used to buy back our token and burn it on October 30. So this is how it is going to happen. And payments in b-cube tokens directly that was made on the platform, 100% will be burned, whatever we are receiving in this period. And from October 30th, this is going to happen every single month on 30th. So it will be like October 30th, November 30, and December 30, January 30, something like that, like every 30 of every single month. So we want to keep it like very, like very consistent with that one, making it every month as much as it's burning. But I think next year, since we will also have a big revenue stream coming from institutional side, I mean like market making and custodian services and everything. So revenues will be very high at that point of time. So we will be able to burn more. So we will be reaching that 50% mark, like what we have said before. So 50 million is not 50 million anymore, like it's 49 point something million. That will be coming down to 25 million. Probably like we might burn even more, like we don't know, but as of now, like definitely 50% of it will be burnt. So we will keep it like constantly this process of burning like every month on a month-on-month basis. Yes, like there is one more thing which is very important. As we go to DASP license, we need to have certain kind of security settings on the website. I mean, like the security level of security of the whole platform and the website and everything. So that is why we will be hiring a security audit company for the website to make the security audit, to find like whether it can be hacked or where is the loophole on the website, where someone can sneak and how it can get hacked, if there is a solution to it. So we'll be actually complying with all the security audits that is existing in IT, the highest level of security audit, and we will make it as a very strong fortress so that we will not be, like hacked by anybody or any kind of bad actors. Because as we go more and more, we will get lot more attention than what we get now. And a lot of people will use the platform, and maybe some people might think, okay, how about like hacking some platform like this? So that's the reason like why we need to be very strong in terms of security. We are already strong, actually. We have made some kind of test and break test and certain things like that quite internally, and even hiring some kind of consultant. They all said like it's really good. It's fantastic, and like they could not find any kind of critical bugs. But still, like having an audit and having a certificate from an auditor saying like, yeah, it's perfect, it's a great standard, it's amazing, it's wonderful, like, and probably these are the areas like where you can fix more and you can do more things so that it will be much more strong. So this is the kind of feedback that we would like to get from experts. So we'll be hiring some very big company for this one, for making the security audit, and to make it possible to have a highest form of compliance as far as security audit is concerned. Because if we have this one, it will be actually it's mandatory to get DASP license. You cannot get DASP license if you're not having that level of security on your platform. So with DASP, even the security aspect will also be covered. Absolutely, that's not a problem at all. And most of the bugs we have fixed already. Actually, more than bugs, in some parts, like here and there, and for some people it was really bugs. I mean, like it was really a mistake from our side. So but most of the problem that was arising was because we had like a different image about FTX, but that was working very differently, because FTX works very, very differently than any other exchanges. Because there, what I used to understand in my logic before was, if you want to trade on BitMax exchange, you have to keep only Bitcoin as the collateral, only Bitcoin. And whenever you make profit in any contract, whether you are trading in ETH, whether you're trading in BTC or XRP or BNB or anything on BitMax, your profit and loss is always settled in BTC. So the collateral is BTC and your PNL is in BTC. It's a straightforward, clear-cut picture there. And on Binance, also it is very clear. You have USDT or BUSD, which is the stable coin of Binance itself, or BNB. And your profit and loss will be, like settled in USDT. So it was very, very clear even there also. But coming to FTX, it's not the same, because you can virtually keep anything as the collateral, but your PNL is settled in USD. And if you make a loss, it will be in negative USD. Probably next position will not open because you already have a negative balance. But people are saying like, no, I have 100K in my account, but 100K you have in USDT, not in USD. So what they have to do is like, they have to liquidate their USDT, convert that to USD, clear your old losses, and wait for the new signal to happen. But neither the user nor us, we had information about that one, because we were thinking it automatically, maybe it happens like a USDT to USD or something. People many a times, they are asking very, very different and strange questions to us, like why like altcoin bot cannot drive F-35 fighter jet, why altcoins bot cannot do somersault, and why like these new bots cannot do yoga, this kind of question. And I don't know why they are not asking FTX the same question, like why USDT cannot be converted to USD, because it is you who is settling the profit and loss in terms of USD. So you should do something. If you're allowing me to trade based on the collateral that I have in some other currency, and if your payment is in USD, so it should be your responsibility, because you are allowing me to trade with any other collateral, to make this kind of arrangement so that I don't miss the next trade. So it was just a bit of misunderstanding about how exchange works. And now I think like the best way to do with FTX is probably that you have your margin in USD itself, because you can just convert, like your BTC to USD, or ETH to USD, or USDT to USD, or USDC to USD, anything, but just keep it in USD, so that profit and loss will be settled in the same currency, and you will not have this negative margin, and all of your trades will get executed. I think that is where, like we will find the sweet spot. And when we see the Binance exchange, like it's designed very beautifully in so many ways. For example, our bot was able to detect perfectly on Binance, like what is your total holdings on Binance and what is the available balance for trading. These are two different things. And you have to know this one. It's very important. Imagine like you have staked 10,000 USDT for, what is that? Staking rewards, like you are getting 5%, 4% or something. What 10,000 USDT. And now if you, and you have another USDT, which is 10,000 USDT, and this one you have in your spot wallet or your futures wallet. Now, if you see the total available balance, it's 20,000 USDT, because you have 10,000 in staking and 10,000 for your trading purposes. So globally, you have 20,000. But the amount that is available for futures trading is only 10,000 USDT. And the API works perfectly on Binance with this logic that you have something available for trading and something which is global for your account. But on FTX, it doesn't work like that. We have to force the command on the API to recognize only that money which is available in terms of USD and then execute the trade. It's like, imagine you have BTC, you have ETH, and you have some stable coin also, and you have some FTT also. But imagine 90% of your money is in staking and only 10% is available for trading. So what our bot was assuming, like you have the complete 100% available for trading, and it was trying to open a trade with very high amount. Because if you have $100,000 worth of total balance, and if you're saying like do it for 90% of your money, it will open a trade for $90,000. But the problem was $90,000 is in staking. Only $10,000 was available for trading. So in theory, it has to open trade for only $9,000, but it was not doing that because there is a problem in understanding the API logic on FTX. And during the testing times, we didn't see that happening. But when we started to like make the real testing, it started to work very differently. So I don't know like if it was like really a change, something quite recently, or we didn't really, like test it with that kind of money before. We were just doing like maximum 10,000 USDT. So something like that, we were testing it. We didn't use it like 50,000 or 100,000 to see how it's going to perform. So with that kind of money, and we kept like stable coins or something like that. So it was working normally. And we didn't try it with like BTC a little bit, ETH a little bit, or USDT a little bit, because normally what we communicate with everybody, like have stable coin and trade. That's what happens on Binance. It's a very straightforward thing. But here, some people were keeping FTT also as the collateral. Some people were keeping XRP as the collateral. Some people were keeping like anything as the collateral. With 1 inch and many cryptos. So the whole logic of understanding what is available for trading and what is not available for trading, like which is in staking, that was the problem about FTX. And this is what we recognized it, and we fixed this bug. So for most of them, it's really working fine now. But still some accounts are having problem, but this is due to their own mistakes actually, because I'm very open to show in the admin section like what like messages we get. And these messages we are not making. This is the API message coming from FTX. So we can directly show it from the API itself. It's coming clearly like insufficient margin. Always insufficient margin is the most common like the note that we get from there. It's mainly because they have like very little money, but their leverage is more, or probably they have something in staking, and they are moving it like from here to there, or from every trade to trade, or they have kept like more than 95% of the allocation. And there is some differences in the crypto thing, especially on FTX. If your margin is BTC or ETH, there is volatility in this cryptos. So based on it, your margin amount will also go down or go up. We don't know, as it pumps or dumps. So because of that, also it is getting liquidated. Because if you had like one Bitcoin at $50,000, you wake up in the morning, it's $42,000. So it's not the same collateral that you have now in terms of USD. So there are several issues like that one, due to which it is having problems for some people. But 99% of the cases, we have fixed it already. And even when we are interacting with them, they accept it like, yes, this one we didn't do and we will do it, or something like that. So this one is like mostly fixed. It's mostly fixed. But if there is any other cases, like please keep us posted, like we will definitely reply. All you have to do is support@b-cube.ai. This is the only email where you can get the answer. Also, my customer service executive is like really, he was like fed up a little bit, because he was telling me like people are going and asking him about Sharpe ratio. Come on, like why do you ask a customer service agent about Sharpe ratio? Like he's not a quant, he's not a trader, he doesn't know about things, and moreover, he's not there for that. He's there for a different purpose. Sometimes like people have to think like what question they have to ask for whom. Look, if you have a pain in the heart, you have to go to cardiologist, right? You should not go to gynecologist. This is what people are really doing. And actually, if you have problem in your hand, you should not go to veterinary doctor. You should go to your family doctor first. So you have to think about that one. Like all the problems and all the solutions cannot be handled by that person. And when he is giving the email address, like where they can get this technical issues sorted out, which is out of his hand, people are still asking him like, okay, like what about this API or something? Look, they are not there for that. They're there just to like help you with setting up your bot, and what is the leverage or something, whether it's working or not, or if some refund has to be processed. These things they will do it. Like they are customer service executives. They're not technical executives. They don't know about that one. So if any of these Einsteins are watching this video, so please get this straight to you, that you have to send email to support or contact@b-cube.ai. We will definitely come back to you. We will investigate it first. Once we get the results, we'll definitely come back to you. Directly, you will be getting emails from CTO of the company or CMO of the company. Or if it's like really necessary, I will myself will step in and I will see to that like your problems are getting sorted out. So nothing to worry. All the problems have been fixed, all the bugs have been fixed. It's like something small here and there, and like we will definitely be able to make it possible for everybody. And there are like definitely a lot of rooms for improvement. Definitely, I understand that one, and I know everything like what has to be done for you to have like a very good experience on the website, like showing your own individual trades on a dashboard, and showing the P&L on the dashboard. Definitely, I know that one. We can make it, and we will make it. We just need some time, because if you have to do something, focus is very important. And not just a focus, but you need to be laser focused on what you are doing, because you need to sort out everything one at a time. You should not like take 10 problems at a time and solve it in 10 different directions. That's not the way to do it. And that's not how we do it also. We just take like one problem at a time, try to investigate it, go to the root of the problem, try to solve it, fix it, and then go to the next one. So that's how it works. Right now, we are just busy with this platform thing. Let it get like a little bit, we will come to a state of equilibrium very, very soon. Like then everybody will be knowing, okay, FTX, okay, this is the problem, like check it out, like probably it can fix it. And people will be like, okay, I did what you said to me, and it's fine now. It's good. It's good. It's great. So this is the point we want to reach. And once we reach this point, and then we will be going to other things also. So I can promise you that like we will have this kind of features, like where you can just go to your dashboard, just see your trading there. I mean, like whether your P&L is like minus or plus or something, and how much percentage it is less. And your own trading in your account will be visible on our platform. We will make it possible so that you can view everything on your own account itself, and you don't have to go to Binance, right? We are working on it, and we will try to get these kind of features as soon as possible, because I know it's very important, and we'll definitely make it. There will be something like strategy opening at one price, and what happens in your own account, maybe having $1 or $2 difference, or sometimes not, and sometimes yes, there might be some differences, which is due to slippages, which might be due to sudden pumps, and which might be due to order execution. Like sometimes it can be 2 or 3, 5, 6, or 7 seconds late. So all these are possibilities. So to sort out this problem, like as I already said, the current execution engine is good, but it is not so fast because it's built in Python. So we are already developing, and it's already under testing now, which is built in Node.js in JavaScript. And once this is there, and like once our testing is completed, probably in another 2 months or something, we'll put it into production, and we will add new features to it. So many new features to it, wherein you can define your own targets, you can define your own stop losses, where you can trial your stop losses, and you can aim for like higher targets. You can aim for like higher percentage gains. You will be able to play with that one as you want and as you like. I really want this one, because when something is booked exactly at the target, and if it goes further, then people are like, oh no, I think it should have waited for more time. And when it's been cut, and when it falls on like, oh no, I think like it should have been cut before, like I think like now, I think everybody is so smart that we should give the liberty to them, like to make their own decisions and choice. Like, who knows, probably it will pay you more, or it will be a disaster. We don't know, we will see it. But we can give you a chance at least, like to make your own informed decisions, like, or whatever you wish. So there will be complete freedom in that way. So definitely this execution engine will be much more faster. It will be 90% more faster as we have tested it. And not only like it's more fast, it's more efficient, and more features are available on that one. So we are developing that one also on the side-by-side basis. One of the things that is always asked is about Google Authenticator. So Google Authenticator is something like we will start to work from first week of October. So we are starting to work on it. It's very, very soon. So we will have Google Authenticator. Again, like someone wants Auth, someone wants something else. Let's keep it global, because Google Authenticator, everybody knows it and everybody wants to use. So we will make it in Google Authenticator so that you don't have to go through this SMS process and waiting for the SMS, because some people are not getting it. Some jurisdictions don't have SMS facility. This is not again from our side, but our service provider Twilio is not having some countries on their list. So they won't get SMS. And some other countries will get only at some times during the day, because I don't know what kind of relationship they have with these countries. So to avoid all these problems, we will be having Google Authenticator, which will be working from first week of October. So yeah, this will also be there. And all those things, what you were asking for, of course, like which makes sense to me, because there are always like something like which completely is nonsense. And I don't think like we need to even think about that. But definitely these kind of important things like watching your own portfolio, watching your own P&L, watching your own open positions on the dashboard, and having this new execution engine where you can define everything, Google Authenticator, everything is going to come. I mean, like next 4 to 6 months, we will have everything. We could have gone much more faster, but as I said, like we don't have so many developers right now. So we are getting one developer in October, but he will be busy with this Google Authenticator. Again, like lot of test has to be done from our side. And once the testing is finished, like we will have to know many more things to, like implement it. For example, somebody loses their phone, how Google Authenticator rights has to be given back to them, because it's a question of security. So there is a lot of things about the recovery process and so many things we have to think about before making the thing. So we will do that, we will test it, and then it will be on production. And then like there is also a plan to make completely a new website, not this one at all, but absolutely crisp and very beautiful looking in terms of like user experience, as well as like just for seeing also like the front end, the very, very beautiful front end. So even that is also there. And we will also design it using Angular language or Vue.js or something like that. All these latest things like Vue.js, it's really good. The website really looks beautiful in that one. So this is also there. So we will do everything. It's just a matter of time. That's all I can say. And like we need like good quality developers. Big shout out to Paul Mogino and Anis, his friend, because they actually recommended one of their developers who worked in their project. And it's the same person who is joining us full-time from first week of October. So these kind of like recommendations, like where they have tried and tested somebody and like they have confidence in them. And like even we also make them to go through rigorous interviews for developers and even quantitative analysts and all these important positions. So if we get such kind of talents, then it will be very easy for us to implement everything very fast. But mostly we are meeting kind of like people who don't have skills, necessary skills. And even if we take them, actually, we will spend more time on explaining the things than like they're delivering us anything. So that's why it's very important, like we get good quality talents. That's where we are concentrating on right now. So after these things like, yeah, we saw bot trading these months, and actually it's doing good given the kind of circumstance and situation that we are seeing in the market. We are seeing like huge volatility in the market lately. Sometimes it gives you the impression that it's going towards 50,000 and maybe it will go to all-time highs. It gives you that kind of optimism. I mean, in the movement, in the volume movement and everything. And finally it dumps. And now you think like, okay, like now it's dumped, like it's going all the way to 37, 35. And there are some bulls like who will make you feel like, no, I think like bottom is 40,000. I think bottom is like 41,150 exactly. And after that, nothing is going to happen. It is going to bounce back. So these kind of things we keep hearing, but despite of all these things, it's doing really good. And I'm also watching other bots actually on other platforms and other things, like they're losing a lot. And compared to that, like we are not doing anything like that when we are still in positive, and it's a very good sign. And not only these bots, like we will be also coming out with new logic and new, like factory of strategies, like what we have in our roadmap. That is already ready. Little bit of optimization is necessary. And then like we will have our own order selection engine. What this engine is doing is like we can feed like thousands and thousands of strategies into that. And it will pick and select a strategy that is going to perform very well for today. So this is something like can be a new bot also in the future, which will be available for higher tiers. So and also I'm seeing like many a times the question which keeps coming up in the community. Why do you have like so many tokens for 5th tier? Instead of that, like we can just share it with 5 people at the 5 tiers. Sure, do it. Like no one is stopping you. You can absolutely do it. But after January, like only certain bots will be available for tier 1 and only certain bots will be available for tier 2, tier 3, and all the amazing bots like this factory of strategies, generated strategies, and something will be available only for the top tiers. It will not be available for the lower tiers. So definitely, if you want to break it, you can break it, but you will not be able to access those kind of strategies that we are speaking about. So for that one, you really have to go for higher tiers. And Altcoin Buzz has not started their trading challenge yet. They are still, I think, like deciding on, because I requested them to, buy 3,500 b-cube tokens and show it to people on their video, like how to buy them and how to stake that one, because that is very important. The staking is very important. That is the whole backbone of our project. And that's how we differentiate ourselves from anybody else, that if you just have a token, it's enough for you to access anything on our platform. Right now it's bot. In the future, it's education platform. It's venture capital. Many other things is going to come, like where you can have access to it. Some of the access will also be for some strategies that b-cube will be using. And after DASP license is there, then we can share it also with other people. So everything is a possibility. So that's why it's very important for Altcoin Buzz to focus on staking, and they show it to their audience like, look, this is how we have to stake, and this is how I get the free bot. That's very important. So I asked them to make this one. And also we are giving some backend access to some of the bots to them. I mean, they asked for like 3 bots as of now. 1, they will be sticking, and 2, we will be giving them access to. And yeah, this was also a question like whether they are using several bots or they are using 5 bots or something. They will be using between 3 to 5 bots, because it's always better to diversify the portfolio. It's not good to put all the money with the same bot. And all the new people in the crypto industry or trading industry, what they do, they just go for the highest returns bot, like only 1 bot. That's a very like a very naive strategy. I mean, we can have like very good strategies, but sometimes some other strategy might perform better also in some other kind of market. So that's why diversification is very important. And I'm asking them the same thing, to diversify them and have 1 bot from ETH, 1 from BTC, and like 1 from XRP and 1 from BNB. That's a kind of like very diverse portfolio, because some of the right now we are seeing quite differently that BTC is looking a little bit more stronger to me than ETH, to be honest. So ETH is looking way more weaker than BTC, because BTC is like just going around that 42,500 mark. We have to see the daily close, and then we have to see the weekly close, like what will be the weekly close. But as long as like it's around this 42,500, there is nothing to panic about it. But once we see it like somewhere around like going below that 40,000 mark and like staying there for some time, that will be very bad. But we're not seeing that happening as of now. So it looks good. It looks all fine to me. That's why we need to like diversify the portfolio. But I cannot say the same thing with Ethereum, for example, because it's looking quite weak. It's not able to cross this $3,000 and not staying above it. So it's a bit struggling. So quite diversified portfolio will be made on Altcoin Buzz, and it will be shown to all their audience. That's how like we will be expecting more people to come. Marketing has already started in a very good way. That's why you are watching like many people are joining the community now. In the morning, one of the guy joined, and he was having discussion with someone in the community about the products and services. So marketing has already started. People have already started to join. Some people might be watching for some time. Some people might slightly go away and buy it. So it depends. It depends on the people. But actually, we are seeing a little bit uptake in the business. I mean, like from the fiat side. I think it's due to this new marketing, which we have started from 3 different agencies. So one thing, we are concentrating on Altcoin Buzz, and 2 other agencies are concentrating on like Reddit, social media, creating articles, and also like making some media post. many other things, and SEO also, of course. So this is how organically marketing is going on. So everything is going on very great, actually, and everything is going according to our plan. That's very important. Like how that meme says, like, what is that, like when the plan goes together, like two people are like doing the face like this. So that's how it's going on, like how we expected. It's going on like that. And there are like features, as I'm saying, like which you might probably want to have. And I know like there are some things we know it, because as a trader, I know it also, like what is really necessary and what we don't have as of now and what we need to have it. There's always something which is called as must to have. And there is something like good to have. And there is something like which is nice to have. And I can see like most of the time people pitching this kind of nice to have things, like, look, we're not having this kind of fancy things like right now to spend so much of time on that one, especially when we don't have the human resource. What we have to do right now is like what is really necessary. So it's like food, water, and shelter. You need to have like food and water, and then you can think about shelter, and then your Lamborghinis and other things. Like don't expect those things at this point of time. What we want right now is like the products, more other things, and then we will slowly move towards that one, like whatever is necessary. So far we have delivered everything what we have promised, and in the future also we will deliver more than what we have promised. But all that is needed is like just patience of looking the things, and like we will be eventually going there. It's not that like we don't know like what is not there, or like what we have to do it. Of course we know it. Of course we know like better, actually, because even we feel it. If this feature was there, maybe it would have been good for my own self, first of all, and then for the users, because I have to feel it also at the same time, right? If we are not solving our own problem, and if we are trying to solve someone's problem, then I don't think like that is going to work, because we should be in the skin of the user. We should be in the skin of the customer to understand the pain. And if the pain point is too big, then that needs to be sorted out. If the pain point is not so big, then that is nothing. And there is sometimes like there is no pain at all, but it's just a funny thing. Like yesterday, like I was really laughing a lot. I was seriously working, and like then there was like many messages that was coming and quite disturbing. Sometimes I close my Telegram and I'm working, because I have to focus on something, and I have to write, and I have to read, and like I have to have meetings and some things like that. And then when I switched on Telegram, like there was one person asking for, what is that, like some alerts to tell them after 90 days that your API key has been expired and you have to make it again. Come on. Like, what do they expect really? It's like asking like, I went to bathroom, actually. I even had a toilet paper, but I just forgot. Like, so can altcoin but can tell me like, like you need to wipe your whatever it is. Like that kind of request. You don't need that one, because I have not seen anybody in the industry doing such things, such crazy things. It's a basic thing. If you're a trader, if you're using this kind of platforms, it's your responsibility. Like, don't ask for this kind of spoon feeding to such a extent, but ask for something which is feasible. For example, we are thinking right now, we had a brainstorming session today in the morning, and we were thinking like creating a kind of like pie charts on your dashboard, like bar charts on your dashboard, like showing the monthly returns or something there, like what happened to your P&L or something, so that you don't have to like, calculate it on your Excel sheet or something like that. It will all be like very visually representing the whole trading scenarios, and showing like your particular trades there, what time it opened, what time it closed, what was the P&L there, and all this kind of history, like if you want it, and you will be able to download it also. Something like that we were thinking today in that direction. So this is something which will make your life better and simple, because you don't have to calculate all these things on Excel sheet. You just have to download these things, you have it, and you have everything after that one. So this is going to simplify your things for your taxation reasons, or to know like how much you earned and what's going on and everything. And we were also thinking of some other thing. I just had a meeting with Imre also, like in the afternoon. And we were thinking like a email notification, just to tell you like once you set up your API keys, once you set up everything, just you will receive an email like, hey, just your bot is ready now for trading, because APIs and everything is successful, and please wait until the next trade is starting on your account. Because sometimes people set up their bot, immediately they want the trade to happen, immediately, very next second. And after 10 seconds, they want a Lambo. So this type of, like messages we keep getting. It's like they just made the bot ready at 10 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 1 second exactly, they want the trade to happen. And they're like, why bot is not doing anything? Why bot is not doing anything? And I totally understand them, because this industry is full of crooks. It's full of robbers. They don't understand that one, because this is exactly how it works on other bot marketplaces. I made a research and I came to know why they are asking this one. Because what others are doing, there is something called as like so-called hourly strategies, which never makes money actually, which never ever makes money, because this is based on mean reversion strategies. It's not trend following strategies, or it's not momentum based strategies. It's mean reversion strategies. In mean reversion strategies, what happens? You will have several trades in a day, small profits. But once if something goes wrong, it will take away all the profits that you made. In trend following, like what happens, like you will make big profits whenever there is a profit taking is happening, but you will make losses, but they are minor losses. So for me, it makes more sense to use momentum strategies or trend following strategies, especially for an asset like cryptocurrencies, which is mainly trend following, than using mean reversion. So they have gone there and they have seen it actually. The moment you make your API, because it immediately starts the trade. But we don't do that one. We don't want to generate volumes for ourselves to boast that, like, you know what, so much volumes happened from our platform. You know what, like we are giving you so much of business, like FTX, we are giving you so much of business. Hey, Binance, we are giving you so much of business. Give us like a big, like pat on our back or some kind of commission or something like that. That's not our goal at all. Our goal is to like create profits for you. I mean, like if there is no trade when market is not good, it's totally fine. We don't interfere with that one, and we don't increase the volumes or nothing. It's okay. It's fine. That's how we have done it. But people don't know that. They're innocent. They don't know about that, like how our platform works. And there is no good FAQ also, which we are also planning to put it on the website very, very soon, so that they have all the details. That is something like which I totally understand, but there should have been a very good FAQ, which we don't which we don't have on the website. So totally agree on that point, and very, very soon it will be there also. So there, it's very nice to send an email reminder to people like, look, your APIs are successfully integrated, and it will start to trade when there will be a signal. As of now, there is nothing. So something like that. So this will give them some kind of peace of mind. And they will not ask this question like, oh, what happened? What happened? Like my API's keys are set properly or not, or something. And then they go to customer care, and customer care person says like, oh, did you set up properly? It's not trading. Okay, let me see. Okay, there is no trade actually now. Okay. And he comes back again like after 5 minutes. Okay, is there any trade now? Is there any trade now? Where is my Lambo? I have to pay the EMI for my Lambo. Like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So we can avoid such kind of things by just sending a simple email. So definitely, this is something like we are thinking also, and many other features. I'm telling you, like, we know it is very necessary and needed, but we are working on it right now. Like, let's fix the bug, and let's bring this XRP scalp bots, just like how we have scalps on ETH and BTC, or we will have scalp bots on XRP and BNB also. So we will bring these two new scalp bots. And then ADA bots are already ready. We are watching it already. It's doing very, very good. So that will also be there. And then we will go a little bit towards the, like other kind of IT things that we were just discussing about, like making this kind of features and everything for you to make it more easy and more seamless navigation through the website. So this is all about b-cube updates. So now coming to the markets. As we are seeing, like actually currently we are in a no trend market. I would not call it as a bull market or a bear market or anything as such, because for me, it's not a bear market. And everybody were actually thinking yesterday's pullback in the rally was just because of China. But I don't think it was just because of China. I think it was a big manipulation that happened yesterday. Because imagine yesterday, according to, I'm just reading this news actually from the media, like CoinDesk. I can share my screen with you. I hope you can see it. Yes. Okay. So if you're seeing this one, you can just see this article here. Bitcoin likely to rally after September options expiry. And this is on 24th of September, which means this news is it's yesterday's news, right? Bitcoin option contracts worth $3.3 billion are set to expire today. I think what happened is, like, you have to read this article because it's a very interesting article, and there is something interesting here in this point, but we will come back to that a little later. So you read here like what they are saying. Traders expect Bitcoin to rally after Friday's monthly options expiry. A tweeted poll conducted on Thursday by Deribit, the world's largest crypto options exchange, showed nearly 50% of the 517 votes favored up only, or the cryptocurrency extending its bounce from recent lows near $40,000. Meanwhile, 25% voted for nuke, indicating for a price drop. And 74,200 Bitcoin option contracts, which is worth of $3.3 billion, are due to expiry yesterday. I mean, like, expiry happened. It's already happened like now. And in so many, like, contracts, 65,000 of them are processed only on Deribit, because Deribit is known for these option markets, and it's the biggest one for that. And here, this is the interesting part. When you come here, some analysts say the options market is still quite small to have a material impact on the spot price. You see, this is the point to be underlined. It's still quite small to have a material impact on the spot price, because how much is the expiry? It's $3.3 billion worth. And what is the market cap of Bitcoin? It's almost $1 trillion. So on $1 trillion, $3.3 is peanuts. It's peanuts. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. So by saying this one, it's a clear manipulation that yesterday itself, the Chinese news is coming, and this is nothing new, because Chinese people like to keep banning Bitcoin, and they know that it cannot be banned, but they keep banning that. It's like you cannot kill something which cannot be killed, and that's exactly what they keep doing it. And now they're saying, like, trading is not possible. Before they said, like, Bitcoin itself is illegal and that should not be in China. And they even cracked down on the companies which was dealing with the Bitcoin. So I don't understand, like, what they mean by banning the trading, because if there is no trading, then definitely there is no exchange of Bitcoin and some other companies or some other individuals. So the moment they banned any transaction in Bitcoin, it is obvious, and it's straightforward to me, or it's a common sense to know that trading is already banned. Now they made this statement yesterday. So it looks like a manipulation of some people, exactly if they have to bring that point, and they were poking their fingers towards this option market expiry and Chinese FUD and everything. But I think this was just a manipulation yesterday, what happened. So this kind of news definitely is not something like that can decide on the future of Bitcoin or anything like that one, because it's not enough. It's not conclusive. And what I would like to see, if it is a bear market, repeatedly we need to see bad news. Repeatedly we need to see bad news. Like, it should be bad everywhere. Like 5 or 6 different news has to come. Like America saying something, China saying something, but we are not seeing that as of now. We are not seeing that kind of big FUD or something which is happening. Just like one Chinese FUD, which always comes, like once in a year or twice in a year, it keeps coming all the time, which is nothing special, nothing great. That came yesterday. So I don't know, like, why we have to even react to it. Some weak hands who are like getting a bit scared or getting big, panicked by this news from China. They must have sold it. Otherwise, I don't think like any smart investor would have sold it. So you can even see, like, the 7 days fall, like, it's not been so drastic. I mean, like, it's not 30%, 40% kind of correction, and 10%, 15% is totally, like, it's normal. It's normal in a crypto thing. It's not a big thing actually. 15%, 20% drop is like totally fine in cryptocurrencies. I don't think like less than this we can even call it as crypto, because it's not stock market. It's crypto exchange. And there are like some other movers, like whom we have seen in the recent times, like Solana, like, which has skyrocketed to 7th position. Yeah, we are also seeing some strength in XRP. I think maybe SEC's decision will be in the favor of XRP, or like they might try to, settle out of the court. But, like having $43 billion of market capitalization, even if they have to settle with $100 million, $200 million, or even $1 billion, it's not a big deal for XRP. They can just sell some tokens and like they can pay it off. That's it. And then they are also going public with a public issue on, US stock exchange. So it's going to do well. I mean, like, I don't see like much of negative things going on. Ripple as a company is good. I mean, like they have real products, real clients, and quite big clients also. So that's the reason I think like why it's hanging on here like quite strong. Binance Coin also is very good because many people are dumping quite recently Binance, thinking like they are having problems with compliances, regulatory issues. Come on, like when we speak about a new technology, or when we speak about new tech companies, which is very adventurous, like Binance or any other tech company, they have to do things like, to scale and to do something with their business. They have to experiment things. And in that one, sometimes it can be not compliant, but that doesn't mean like they are trying to break the laws or something. Definitely not. So they are in the process of hiring many, like a compliance department and having a very big compliance department. And they're also planning to set up a headquarters. These kind of things should give confidence to people that they are ready to comply with any kind of regulations. And once they comply, I don't think like this problem is going to be there for a long time. So I think BNB is a very, very, very fundamentally good company. And BNB, Binance is also thinking of listing Binance.us, their US subsidiary company, on US stock exchange. So that is also something which is very interesting, and we have to watch out what happens there. So I think like $350, around $300, it will be really a steal when Binance is coming to that price. Polkadot is also having a lot of news, and they have very good supporters, but it's always been a range bound token so far. Like it's not really showing that kind of strength, but definitely there is a huge potential here. Solana is also having potential. Recently, it was having some problems. They had to shut down for a few hours, but that's okay. These things can happen in IT world. It's nothing serious. That's totally fine. But what I feel is like really $41 billion is a huge market cap. It's a huge market cap. Because if you see any other projects here, like XRP or BNB, they have revenues and they have a lot of big clients and they have been in the space for a long time. So yeah, they are having a story behind them, but I have not seen that type of story behind Solana so far, except the hype and except the people behind them, some powerful hands behind them. But apart from that, like really, I've not really seen anything more than that one in Solana as of now. So for me, like this valuation is very high at this point of time. So we have to watch out for. And Cardano also, like they don't even have a smart contract as of now. I don't know. That's why I was making a joke on Twitter. Solana was down for about 8 hours. And like it lost so much of market cap, and Cardano never had a product to actually go down, but it's still having $76 billion of market cap. Really, we have to see like what Cardano is doing. Really, if they pull it off, like that will be the biggest thing. But I don't know, because recently there was this Bitcoin. So there is something like Bitcoin smart contracts, and yeah. So what is Bitcoin smart contract? A smart contract is a digital agreement which is automatically executed based on blah, 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 blah. We all know it. A Bitcoin network supports a wide range of smart contracts using its powerful scripting language called Script. Script allows users to establish criteria for their Bitcoins to be spent, and Bitcoin transactions lock specific amounts of Bitcoin to these scripts. A user must satisfy these criteria in order to spend the Bitcoin locked to the script. In this way, all Bitcoin transactions are smart contracts. So it seems like now there is a big debate whether Cardano is the Ethereum killer, or whether it's a Solana which is the Ethereum killer, or whether it is this Bitcoin smart contract which is the Ethereum killer. We don't know, like, because there were so many Ethereum killers so far, but they killed themselves. That's what I have seen historically speaking, because there was also like this EOS. Where is this EOS? My God, they're not even in top 33 today. Like, you see, like EOS. Even this was also tagged as like Ethereum killer, but no, we didn't see any kind of traction and nothing happening. Actually, not even a big company is using that one now anymore. So there were a lot of Ethereum killers, the so-called Ethereum killers, but they didn't kill anything. I mean, like they didn't try to establish themselves like in the same way. Dogecoin slowly has come back to its place, like where it was before, and I think like it's clearly coming down. And only reason like why we are still working on Doge bot is because of their community. And second thing, like I got a little bit of confidence in them when people like Vitalik Buterin became advisors of Dogecoin, because Vitalik kind of people will not become your advisors so easily. I mean, like to reach them itself is very difficult. So if somebody convinces them about their vision and if something is there in this whole project, only then they can become advisors to this kind of project, right? So that's why I think like there is something in Doge which probably they might think about it. Maybe it's a meme coin now, but it can have several different kinds of use cases or something, as and when more use cases starting and more people accept it, like rightly we are seeing in the case of Doge. So there is Avalanche, which we are also working on a bot based on Avalanche, and Terra also. Yes, and Chainlink is also good, but I don't know like why it's not making much of news, because they are very good in oracles. Even we are using their oracle services also sometimes, but for getting the prices in real time. But we're not seeing that kind of traction. Cosmos had a very good run quite recently. And I think like Cosmos will continue to do well, because they are coming out with like a lot of new products every day, and something new is happening always at Cosmos. So even that is good. Terra also has a very good future going forward. I mean, like Luna, it definitely has a lot of good future because of their algorithmic stable coin and other things what they are doing. Algorand also moved up very well in the quite recent rally. And only disappointment in terms of price was Uniswap. I think it's because of intense competition from PancakeSwap, Polygon, Matic, and other blockchains like who are releasing their own, DEXs or DEXs based on these platforms, which can be a very serious competitor for Uniswap. I think this is the only reason like why they're not doing well. LTC is again like my favorite in this price bound, like especially at $150. Definitely it's a very good buy. Still, I will tell you like my long-term target will be something like $500 for Litecoin, because it's a very underrated coin. And I'm telling you, like a very underrated coins can be very dangerous in terms of pumps. Anytime it can like go up to that mark to regain its market cap. So definitely it's something to watch out for. This internet computer has been quite, stable around $40. I think even this one has a very good future going forward, but as of now, we are not seeing anything. This one, Stellar Lumens, is like a bit different story, because it has very strong correlation with XRP. Whenever we see price increase in XRP, like we see it in Stellar Lumens also. So 27 cents, like it's not a bad entry, but again, like it's a very long-term hold. FTX also is a very good price, around $45 to hold it for long term, because like in many jurisdictions, Binance is not working now. People are using more FTX, as we are seeing in our own community also. So due to that, many people would start to buy FTT tokens to use it as a gas fees. Not only that, overall, like they are making many progress. They got even supermodel Gisela Butchen as their like ambassador, and they're getting actually a lot of attention now from different celebs and making promotions on big events. On Mercedes also, they became a sponsor now. So they're doing a lot of stuff. So definitely FTX is something to watch out for. Tezos, once upon a time I used to say that like buy Tezos, become Bezos. But I don't know, like now price action is not so much, although this week it rallied very much, but they are having quite good news. Maybe it's not so aggressive in the price, but definitely on the long term, it will definitely do good. VeChain the same, it's a good long-term hold. Elrond also. Elrond is a very strong coin. I mean, like they can fall on the days like when market is not good. But one thing what I really like is like it bounces back very fast. It will not stay in the same place for a long time. So Elrond is also like very good selection. Theta has not been in the news for a long time, but definitely it made an all-time high of 13, which is still a long way to go. So definitely you can keep your eyes on. Yeah, so pretty much that one. And NFT-based gaming, Axie Infinity, which was doing a lot of noise. Now it's not doing so much because it has very, very, very intense competition, especially Monster Clan and other people like who have been in this space, which I can show you. This Monster Clan, which is also quite similar to Axie Infinity, and they're a good competitor for them. So there are a lot of new people coming on, like in the market with the same kind of business model, due to which like they're facing some friction now, but I think it should be fine because future is, like these kind of things. Because I don't know how many people know about this platform, which I will show you. Steemit. And Steemit, once upon a time, I was using it like for blogging here, and it's very innovative thing. Like what you need to do is you have to sign up for an account, and it's like a social media on blockchain. You can post anything. I mean, like an article or a tweet, kind of a one-liner thing, or something like a video or something, but it should be a very unique content of yours, not copy pasting from somewhere, or not like downloading picture from somewhere and like just doing it here. Like, no, it should be just your own unique creation, and you can post it here. And whenever people upload your thing, which is very similar to like a like on LinkedIn or on Facebook or something like that, and then you get paid. But it depends like what type of person is like doing it. If a person has very high reputation score, because what you see here as 82, 81, 78, it's called as a reputation score, and you get higher reputation score only when you create large amount of contents, or which is very original. It might not be large amount also, but it should be original. That is very, very important. And then like you will get this reputation score. So if a higher reputation score person likes your article, then you will earn money for that one. So using it like once upon a time, it really works. It's really, really works. So right now you see like when you get payment, those times it used to be SBD, which means Steemit dollar. And this is like called a Steam Power. SP means TRX means Tron. So now you are getting paid in this way. And it takes like 1 week for them to pay you also, like when it happens. It really works. It's very fine. And Steemit belongs to Tron, if you want to know that. It belonged to Steemit before, which is a different platform, but Tron brought it quite recently. So this is a kind of platform. The only thing like why it didn't get so much of traction is because it was quite boring. It was not like Facebook. So it was a bit boring. I mean, like, but they can improve it. They can make it even better even now also. I think they are getting better and better, but like not still the best. And anything which is on blockchain is a bit slow always, and people want everything to be fast. So that's also one of the problems, like why it didn't gain so much of traction, but still they have thousands and thousands of hundreds and thousands of people who are using it, probably millions. And they're all earning very good passive income just because they are posting something which is very unique content on this platform. So why I'm telling this one is because Axie Infinity, when I see it, I compare that one with this type of platforms, like where you will share your knowledge, you share your content, and you get paid for it. So if you're playing a good game, then they're incentivizing people by paying, returns. I mean, like you are investing also in this one. But the good point about Steemit is like you don't invest anything here. Absolutely, there is no investment. You just have to, post something. But in case of Axie Infinity, you have some kind of minimum, investment that you have to do in the beginning, and then you keep earning after that one. So definitely, it's something very cool. I think there cannot be like one or two players in this industry, because when Ethereum got released, I was a very, very early investor in Ethereum. I still hold some Ethereum, like which I bought from that point when it was released. But I actually started to get a lot of interest in other blockchain projects also, who are telling that they have smart contracts. They would like to make smart contracts. It was because it's a very simple logic. When you create a business which is very good, you will have competitors, or new competitors will come when it's a very innovative business. The same thing with Ethereum also. When Ethereum came out with a platform where you could do so many things with smart contracts, other people also said the same, like, hey, we are also coming, we will also do that. So always think one thing, always have this in your mind. If there is a new thing, which is a very, very revolutionary project which has come, and they would like to, like incentivize their users in a very, very unique way, and very, very, like a very, very great way, like how Axie Infinity started, then you have to be very early in Axie Infinity kind of things. Or if you're late, then better don't go to that one, because the risk is increasing a lot. So at that point of time, what you should do is to search someone who is doing same kind of things, their competitor. Because imagine like you have one big apple and you have one person to eat. So then it's completely one big thing for you. And when like new person is coming, like he will have his own share. Probably you can go there also. And there will be so many different shares. So people will dissipate. And also, when many people are using this kind of platforms, the returns also will come down a little bit. It's just like how it's happening on MantraDAO APR with our own case. When there were less number of people, there were 300%, 400% returns. When more people came, it started to decrease. In the same way, like when everybody is using the same protocol, like Axie Infinity, the returns will not be the same. It will decrease. So you will have to go to somebody immediately when there is a new trend in the market to find someone who is doing the same thing. And you should also see like whether this person is credible or not. Actually, we wanted to take allocation in Monster Clan and other kind of projects, but the allocation was very, very, very small, very small. So we decided like in the future, if we are getting a very, very small allocation, then we will take it. We will invest on behalf of b-cube, and from the profits, we can buy back and burn our tokens. But if we get a sizable amount of allocation, then of course, like we can share it with the community also as a, tier benefits. So this is what you need to keep in mind. Like whenever a new trend is coming, then you have to go for it. And coming to NFTs, I think it was Galaxy Project Galaxy of Arts. Let me see if it is this one. No, it was Galaxy Eggs. Yes, it was Galaxy Eggs. So I was asking someone whom I trust very much, very, very much, what is their favorite NFTs and which they're expecting to, like do very good, very well. And they are not the people like who will just give advice simply like that. And when I spoke to them, they said like, well, if you would like to invest money in NFTs, then this one is going to be very good. And the name is like Galaxy Eggs. It seems like there is a collection of 9,999 eggs. And it seems it's already sold out on OpenSea. And it seems this one is good. I mean, like it's a very good artwork, and it's not like typical JPEG, like what people see. It's by a very good artist actually. And like actually I had a look at their, creation, and I too felt good actually, because honestly speaking, if you just look at this one, it's looking like a really very good piece of art. It's not really looking like, this kind of typical JPEGs or like apes or whatever it is. So so this is a little bit about like NFT space. Like if anybody is looking for buying an NFT or something, of course, you might have made your own research on that. You definitely have to make research also before buying anything on your own. But this is a news that I got, which I just wanted to share it with you. And it's definitely not an advice to go for it or buy it or something, but it's purely educational purpose. So yeah. this is something like where you can check it later on. It's called as like Galaxy X. Really, it looks very beautiful to me. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for today. And I think just a minute. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for today. And I think like I shared everything that I wanted to share, and no USDT needed at all. Then question for FTX, no USDT needed at all. Then I don't know, like probably it's better like if you just keep it in USD, I think, because as I said, like the PNL is always settled in USD. So if you have USD, then you can get leverage and you can like settle everything. So I think having USD is better on FTX. Or you can keep anything that you want, but every time when you make loss, please go there and settle the losses in USD and then come back with whatever you have it. But if you don't want to go through this hassle of going there again and again, just have USD in your account. Is this the best time in the market to showcase the bots? Other bots are losing a lot and we are doing relatively well, but people might not realize that and think the bot is not performing as well it would be in bull or bear trend. The whole point in like creating the marketplace is that one, because if there is any one or two bots like which always performs, like then it would be very easy. And this is the reason like why it's very important to diversify the portfolio and to have it in a different bots. And that's why even for altcoin buzz or anything, we are not actually recommending them to use like only one or two bots, because there is a risk in that one. It has to be well diversified in 4 different bots and 5 different bots. There are some intraday and positional bots like which will be working on a longer time frame, but which we are not putting a stop loss also, because when we lose like in these kind of bots, especially the positional bots, the losses are a little bit big, but when they make profits also, they are very big also at the same time. But we can of course like force them to have a stop loss, but that's not the whole point. Because when the trend comes, like it will bring all these gains in like just 2 or 3 different trades. So it will keep looking for more and more gains. So definitely it's better to like showcase all the bots. Even if some 1 or 2 bots is like making loss making, it's perfectly fine. There is nothing to shy away from that or like hiding these things or something like that. It's a marketplace. Something will do good, something will not do good, something will do very great, something will not do great at all. So it's always about the different strategies, because there is no such strategy which works all the time in all the types of markets. That is absolutely sure. But we have to see in the live trading, as we are seeing now in the range bound market, which bots are doing good. And when they are making money, whether they're making more than the underlying asset. And when they're losing less than the underlying asset. That is very important, because if BTC is dropping by 50% and if our bot drops by 10%, it's still better, because you lost like 40% more if you were really having Bitcoins with you. So in that way, we have to see. Also, like loss making bots are not necessarily bad, but it also depends like the underlying strategy. I mean, like the underlying asset, whether it made the same losses or more losses during the same period of time. So that will always be a question. Since the bot can go both long and short, more or less like it will beat the buy and hold at least. So if people are just buying and holding one Bitcoin versus the bot trading will definitely win over that one. Because when Bitcoin falls down like 64,000 to 40,000 and like now going back, definitely like the bot would have shorted there. So it has already created more profits, even if Bitcoin comes back in this direction. So in any way, it beats the buy and hold. So the question is not really about loss making or something. The question is about the benchmark analysis, like versus what and how much it is making. When next b-cube meeting? b-cube meeting is definitely going to happen in October, like somewhere in the mid-October or something. Next week, I will be in Czech Republic for an event. And after that, I will be in Milano for a conference, like where even Aave Protocol CEO is also coming. He will also be speaking at the same conference. So it will be a 3 days conference called as FTS Fest. So we will be there in Milano. So we are traveling quite a bit now. Somewhere in the middle of October, I think it should be fine, but definitely it will be happening in Paris this time. So we will make it and we will let everybody know so that even you can make your travel arrangements and everything much before. How is marketing campaign going on and the competition? Pablo, actually, you are a little bit Escobar today because you came a little bit late. So you watch this video later on where I spoke in detail about the marketing campaign, and I explained everything like the parts of it with the social media, with the Reddit and everything like that one. Is there a comprehensive foreshadowing for the potential benefits for I'm lost actually. Is there a comprehensive foreshadowing for Thai potential benefits for the staker tiers? If I'm on the lower tier, can I lose the board I'm currently using? Also, you specified the time zone Budapest. Is the office residing in the nice place of Hungary? Thanks for your answer. Okay. First of all, first part of the question I don't understand really. Can you please like reframe the question in some other words? And a second part of the question I understand actually. If I am on the lower tier, can I lose the bot I'm currently using? Okay. So are you trying to ask like if you are in the lower tiers, like can you lose access to some of the bots that you are using now, or will it be available to the lower tiers also, something like that? Okay. Yes. It will be decided in the mid of December, like the policy from January, like which particular bot will be available for tier 1 and which bots will be available for tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 and everything. There'll be some specific bots which will be available only for tier 4 and tier 5. And moreover, like there will also be limits on the transactions that you can make, because tier 1 people, when they're using only one bot, they if they can buy only $1,000 worth of b-cube tokens for staking to get a bot for free, why should they get the same amount of trading limit like the tier 5? So there will be certain kind of cap, because if you're a small fish, then you just have to eat only small food. If you're a big fish, then you need to eat big food, right? That's why it will be based on your belly size, and the belly size is tiers here. So higher the tier, more the benefit. Lower the tier, lower will be the benefit. So from January onwards, certain tiers will have access to certain kind of pots. And also, depending on your tiers, the trading volume will also be decided. I mean, like currently we have fixed something like $50,000 per bot. Then we will have a global limit, like it's not $50,000 per bot. Maybe we will say like $100,000, use it with any bots that you want. It depends on you, whether you put like 25 each on 4 bots or you put 50 on 2 bots, it's left to you. But when I'm saying the limit, this is without leverage. I mean, like the absolute money. So if you're using leverage, like it can be 5 times of it, 6 times of it, or 10 times of it. It's left to you. But without leverage, that will be the case. And you are asking the specified Budapest zone. Yes, I live in Hungary. I live in Győr. I don't live in Budapest. Győr is a small city, like which is very close to Vienna. I mean, like Austria border. So I live exactly between Budapest and Vienna, and 80 kilometers north is Bratislava. So all the 3 capitals, and I live at the center here. And the office, yes, we have here an office in Győr, which is started at K&H office. You might be knowing K&H Bank if you live in Hungary. So they have an office. They have given an office for us here in Győr. So we work from here, which is just there in like Ipar Kamara. Yeah, I think you are a Hungarian, so you can understand what is Ipar Kamara. It's a chamber of commerce office of this county. So we are based there. Then that's our office here. Yeah. And one more thing about the leverage thing, I wanted to say something here. It's definitely not a financial advice or anything as such. But as per regulations, I can speak about this one because this is about making a kind of like a information related, education related subject. I still don't understand like why people have to use leverage like 5x or 10x or 3x or whatever it is. With 1x, you will be able to beat the buy and hold with just 1x. And you don't need that extra risk. And you can take that extra risk when you make money first. So what I'm saying is like, live 6 months. I'm sure you will be able to make good money. And after once you have made money, then slightly increase your leverage to 2x and then go to 3x. In the beginning itself, if you're using this kind of leverages, if you lose your capital, and then you will not have any money to trade. Because just observe what I am saying. This makes a lot of sense to me. And I'm sure it will make sense to you also. Imagine you have money. You started off with 10x. And you lost like 50% of your money. Then with the rest 50%, now you will decrease your leverage from 10x to 5x. And the recovery process is slow already, and you will lose again. And then you will turn it to 1x. And then you will keep waiting for the losses to recover. You're not doing anything to recover your losses here. You are doing things to earn money here, right? You have to know this one. This point should be very straight and clear to everybody. You are here, you're using bots to make money for you, not to recover your losses. So use with 1x first, make enough money, and then you can go for leverage trading, like 2x, 3x, or whatever it is. In the beginning itself, don't take that risk. And especially when you're not ready to take that kind of risk. Because like there are few clients actually with whom I'm in contact, like those people have lots of money, and like they clearly tell me like, like they don't care actually, but they want like high leverage. But sometimes it's a kind of like their society of 5 friends like putting money together, and they are doing something, and I don't know, like probably they're very risk takers, or they have a different strategy of exit strategy is different probably. Once they make like 100% of it in some one single trade or 2 single trade, like they will pull it off. I don't know like what their strategy is. But clearly, it's more wise, in my opinion, to start with 1x. Make enough money, because anyway, it's beating the buy and hold. And then go for leverages, higher leverages. It's totally fine to go through this natural transition than going for 50x or something. You know what happened? Like, I'll just share my experience, because I saw, like when people are sharing this very big profits with high leverage, actually, I'm laughing a lot. Because I'm in this trading industry ever since I was a small boy, like I was a teenager who didn't even have a mustache. Even now I don't have, because I shave, but those times I was not shaving because I didn't have anything. So it's a very different story. Imagine I was sitting in the trading desk there in Bangalore city, in India, in my city, in my hometown. And when we were sitting on the trading desk, there used to be all old people, and I was the only young person there. And I was trading, and I was watching a person coming there, everybody, one single trade. He's making with a leverage of 20x in futures. And he was punching every single order for 50,000 euros. Every single order, 50,000 euros with 20x leverage. Imagine he's trading for €1,000,000 like in one single trade. That much of trading. And when he used to win, it used to be very huge. When he used to lose, like he used to be very sad, like sitting in a corner. Obviously, what else he will do? He will not be dancing like Michael Jackson, right? So I was watching him actually. And one more person, like who has been in the market, and we used to call him like Warren Buffett of our city, because he too started very young. And he had like all good shares, like Pfizer, everything, very, very good shares. And he became a multimillionaire by investing like that one. And he trades every single day. He trades with a very high discipline, with a very good stop loss, with a very good target. He makes like 2 or 3 trades per day, and that's it. If it's a loss, all the 3, he will get out. He will not sit there and like very adamant, like, I will do revenge trading. No, he doesn't do that. And he was a 70-year-old man. And I asked him, like, look, you are having so much of experience actually. And your experience is several times my own age, which was 14 at that point of time. So please tell me, like, this guy who is coming with 50,000 euros, like he is a hero here, like we are all looking up to him. And what do you think, like this type of strategy is going to work or something? And he said, like, look, you will be able to sit there in that seat very, very soon. I said, what do you mean? He said, like, no, that will be vacant. very, very soon. He will not be sitting there very soon. And guess what happened? 1 month later, I finished my exams and everything, and I returned there back. He was not there anymore. He was not there anymore. And one day I met him in like on the street, and he said like, well, we didn't have this word back then, but something similar translation is like wrecked. That's what he was, wrecked. So this leverage thing, it's clearly wrecked to you if you are not prepared for it. Leverage itself is not bad, but it depends like where you stand and whether you can really digest it. If you can digest the poison, it's completely fine. No one can kill you. But if you cannot digest even normal food, then don't do it, please. Don't do it, because it creates unnecessary stress. And once you lose on 2 or 3 trades, you will reduce your leverage from 10x to 5x. Then you will lose again. You will reduce to 1x, and then everything starts to do well. And then again, you will get confidence and you will increase it. This kind of increasing and decreasing, decreasing and increasing. This is not going to work. It doesn't work like that, because I have done all these stupidities myself and it didn't work in my case. So very, very clear conclusion that I got in my, like 21 years of experience in trading. It's very simple. Maintain a simple leverage first, make enough money. And once you make enough money, try to, like gamble a little bit and try to lose a little bit of money that you have already earned through profits. If you put 10K, if you got 35K, that 25K extra, what you have, keep in mind, like you are ready to lose 30% of it. It's okay for you. It's perfectly fine for you if you lose 30% of it in the 25K. 25K, 30% is $7,500. So even if you lose $7,500, you still have $17,500 with you. That's how you need to think. But if you're coming with your own capital, and if you're trying to, play this type of different leverage things and moving up, coming down, making it 10x, 5x, 2x, 3x, 1x, it's not going to help you. So that's why I'm saying like start small, then scale big. So don't scale, don't start big and go wrecked, because you will not be scaling big. That's how it works, because we are very emotional people, human beings. Like we cannot like handle this kind of things. And that's why we use bots, because they're emotionless and they make better decisions than us over a period of time. Like they do well. So that's why always start with small leverage, and then we will think about it. After 3 months, after 6 months, we will try to think, and we will try to set the leverages also. So this is one thing what I really wanted to make it clear for everybody about the whole concept of leverage, because leverage is equal to wrecked. If you don't have a good exit plan, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have enough margin amount, definitely wrecked. Absolutely. If you know the stickers, like which is available on Telegram, like degenerate trading, that will completely convince you with that one. 99% down the PNL, and you will call it as like a very healthy correction, very, very healthy correction. When with 1%, you cannot go back to 100%, because when you have $100, if you lose 10%, you are 90. Now, if you get 10% again, you're not back to 100, you're back to 99. So to go back to 100, you will need 12.5% now. So there is a lot of math which is involved. So please keep this in mind and trade accordingly like that. If you are a big fish, you also need to eat small fishes, not just big food. That small fishes is your big food. So you have to eat it. Jour looks nice. Jour looks nice. I don't know what that's, but anyway, it's okay. Thanks for the answer. You guessed it right. I'm Hungarian. Yeah, by your name, I know, because I have good friends by name Laszlo. Also, if I'm not exceeding my question cap, is there any news on buildable or customizable bots on your platform? That is definitely there. Like once we finish off this bot series and everything, we will start to work on it, because we want to keep people busy with many products so that they use all the products and they try them and they make money. And then we'll be coming out with customized bots. Semi-customized will already be available. I mean, like in another 3 months or something like that, where you can set your own stop losses and your own trailing stop losses, your own targets, take profits, everything. But this will be based on our own strategies. So once we have this, next step would be to allow you completely to build your own strategies. I'm dying. I love your stories, Guru. Danny, I lost my life savings again. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Something like that. I lost my life savings again. And that keeps happening. Like, anyway, it was amazing talking to you and keeping you updated about everything that we are doing and where we stand and everything. Once again, I assure you that we are working very, very hard. We're doing everything that is possible, and in the interest of the project, in the interest of company, in the interest of every single token holder. So we keep everything in mind when we are taking a decision. So that's why things are going to be amazing. Next year in the Q1, we are also thinking of listing on a exchange, I mean, centralized exchange. We are also doing something in the background. If it works, like, it would be very great. With no further details on that, no further comments on that. But definitely centralized exchange is definitely there on our mind, but we will definitely not go for any layer 2 scaling like Matic, Avalanche, or Solana or something, because it will need us to again like put some money into the liquidity, again 200k into Uniswap. We put already like 100 ETH into Uniswap, those times 330k. We have to put another 100k or 200k on Polygon Matic. We have to keep putting the like this kind of money for liquidity, and it's stuck there forever. So why to waste that one? Instead of that, like, maybe we can move to a good centralized exchange in the future. So definitely this is there in our mind. As I said, like, everything is there in the mind, everything is going on amazing. Once this marketing is picking up, like, people will show a lot of interest in the tokens. But we are not building any kind of like pump and dump schemes here. So that's why we will not see this kind of 100x movement in 1 day, 200 day, or like 20 days or 10 days. But we are building the next Goldman Sachs. It takes time. But what is very sure is, like, people will not lose money in these type of things because the fundamentals is very strong. That is very important. The thing that comes very fast, that goes very fast also. Absolutely. That's how it works. The things that comes very slowly to you, that sticks with you, that stickiness is very important. And that's what we are concentrating on. b-cube will always be giving bots for free, and it will always be for free. It will never ever make it like payable for anybody, for token holders of b-cube. So this is the same, like, even if we are getting an institution client, this is the first condition that we are going to put it for them, that they have to buy tokens. And that tokens will not be like tier 1 and tier 5 kind of a thing, but they will have a different tier for that one. They will have to buy a lot of tokens for that. So these tokens, they have to buy, otherwise they don't get access to our, like, our platform. So token will be highly focused, and the business will also be highly focused. Right now, we are absolutely laser focused on what we are doing, because that is very important, and that's my approach. And 10 different things, we don't do it at the same time. We will do it like 10 things at 10 different times. That's the way to do it. Right now, we are focused on bringing bots. We are focusing on that one, optimizing the bot. Sometimes we are optimizing it, but I'm not updating all the time, because maybe people here or some other people can understand, but some people might not understand this optimization, like why we are doing what we are doing, what exactly was the change. It creates like another big discussion on that one. But when we feel like something needs to be optimized, we will do it. But it's not like we do after every 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades. We are watching the standard deviation, the mean, and how it's performing, whether it's performing according to the behavior that we have seen in the past. If it's not, like, then we will try to retrain the data with new data, the models, and all these things is going to happen. So definitely we will be very strong going forward, and it is going to be even more attractive going forward. That is all I can tell you as of now. Yeah, things are amazing in just one word. So hashtag b-cube to 100. I don't know what is that 100 here, because I'm not supposed to shill indirectly, but just I'm telling you, like, hashtag b-cube to 100. So it can be anything, like 100 strategies or something like that. Finally, have a nice afternoon. Have a nice Saturday. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy. Have a good time. We are working on today also, tomorrow also, and we will try to fix everything as soon as possible and bring many more great things to everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being here on a Saturday. Enjoy your day. And let me just go to my meetings then. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.